Hello, I'm back. It's been quite a while. I've been busy, but I haven't been making any videos. But as you will see, I have made some progress here. Here's some old cups from Slurpee cups. There's Iron Man, Hulk from the Hulk movie, Iron Man, the Ironmonger. Of course, good old faithful up there watching over things. Down here we got more Iron Man cups. There's a soft plush Spider-Man in front of my crazy cow. We're going to give him a send off here before I put that away. So yeah, I've made a lot of changes in here. Well, actually, not as quite as many. There's a good Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 8 from NASCAR when I was getting them. There's that thing. I've still got to look it up. The twin image thing got Darth Vader on one side, Yoda on the other. It's an effect thing. As you can see from this angle, it shows both of them. Yep. And down here, a few more NASCARs. Yeah, as you can see, the NASCARs, at least the cheap ones, got decidedly cheaper. I guess you can still find the die-cast, but they cost some real money now, from what I understand. Here's some good old open Dale Earnhardt's, number 3. We lost him in 2002. Tragic accident at Daytona when his son won the race. Yeah. There's the same thing with the action figures. Die-cast action figures really got cheaper later. There's an example of the cheaper ones that you find in the dollar stores and stuff. They definitely got smaller, and I think by this time they're plastic, not die-cast, if I remember right. There's a larger size Dale Earnhardt 25th anniversary one, and another junior when he had the number 8 car before he switched to the 88. There's a fast food Hulk movie thing. Gators. Okay, over here, still basically the same stuff, but it still looks good. Got them cleaned up pretty good. And now the big difference. Over here, we got these shelves emptied off and cleaned. You would not believe the stuff that I got off of these shelves. So I've since gotten, and I took some of the posters down, but yeah, put some of these back up. They'll stay here for now. These might be the ones I still leave out, but a lot of them are going to get put away. But yeah. Superman bust bank. I like them bust banks. They were nice and cheap, and they look good, almost as good as a bust that's more expensive. And a lot of this stuff you already seen before, but yeah, it certainly looks a lot better on a clean shelf. That's for sure. Betty Page. Marvel calendar. Forget what year. There's Bo Jackson. The McFarlane figure. Iron Man, that's the Slurpee cup. The Iron Man Slurpee cup. I've got a number of them. Some of them still encased in plastic. And as you can see, these shelves did clean up. These were the first 2 of these shelves that I bought at Kmart for right around $10 a piece back in the late 90s. Yep. There's the last Legends that I ever got. before I quit buying them when they switched over to Hasbro. There's an Iron Man movie figure. Now there you go. That one I looked it up with the phone, the camera on the phone, and that turns out to be Zeus from a Spawn figure, McFarlane figure. Apparently he appeared in Spawn. So that's Zeus, not Odin. Spider-Man bobbleheads. Right that I got down the street at the gas station deli. They had these. I picked them up. Yep, Popeye soft plush. Thor, Iron Man, Captain America plush bust banks. Same thing with Darth Vader. That's all plastic, but they're very nice. Okay, old Justice League poster by Alex Ross. Or wait a minute, that might not be. I think that is Alex Ross, if I remember right. And Avengers Assemble. Avengers Classic #1 cover. I have that comic. That's a nice poster. Supposed to be every Avenger at that time. That was in the Classic was the late 90s. Well, let's see, over here we got the old football trifecta. Here we go. Got this when I went to a football game in '86 with my old buddy Roger. Chicago Bears, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yep. 10th year anniversary back then. That was '86. Yep. Okay, and these are oversized football cards that I went ahead and framed. Troy Aikman. Deion Sanders. Coach Sanders now out in Colorado. Prime time. That's Joe Montana as a Kansas City Chief when he left the 49ers. These are Stadium Club master photos and send off for them. Reggie Cobb, Buccaneers, but that wasn't as good of a photograph there. But Terrell Davis, Super Bowl MVP for the Denver Broncos. Barry Sanders in Tampa Stadium. Stadium Club master photo. That's a nice one. Barry Sanders, he was great. I wish I'd have got to see him. Of course, I saw him plenty on TV. And of course, Dan Marino. These were from a cheaper football card set, but it's still Dan Marino. Okay. And here's a Funky Flashman flashback. Stan Lee. They gave out at the comic shop back then in the late 90s. Let's see, certificate of authenticity for that bobblehead over there. Catwoman ornament that I've got to find a spot to keep it from getting damaged. And I believe that's the X-Men's jet. Okay, and yeah, of course you've seen that before. The collector's tin. Okay, and then these winner circles. Best Brett Favre. That's Mark Brunell. And I think that's Eddie George, if I remember right. And this one is Terrell Davis for the Broncos. As you can see, 99, and some more Dale Earnhardt die cast. That was his old car there from the 80s. in the early 90s. There's the Black 3, Darth Earnhardt, he was known. And yeah, the paint to show his classic. So we're at 10 minutes. The old Iron Man connector figure, I'm going to have to find the spot because that's, or I don't want to take it apart, so I'll find a spot to put that. Well, then of course the two bobbleheads there, that's that's Martine Gramatica and Hall of Famer Rondé Barber. And that was when they won the division title. They did these bobbleheads. That was before they won the first Super Bowl, before Gruden came and took them to the Super Bowl. So let's do the Crazy Cow one final time. Yeah. Yeah, used to jump up and down a lot more, but it's getting wore out, I guess. It still does that much. Oh yeah, and we'll go over here. Yeah, this wasn't the only room I made improvement on. I changed things around in this room quite a bit. I still haven't gotten to these shelves yet, but as you can see, they're not in quite the, well, I guess they are in as good a shape as I thought, but they don't stand out as much. But yeah, these shelves are next. I have to box up all of this stuff. And I'll be showing some of that stuff later on. But yeah, work in progress still. And I'll put up a video every now and then. Got this bookcase moved over here and rearranged this area here quite a bit, and got a lot of stuff shifted out of here, believe it or not, though it doesn't quite look that way yet. But yeah, a lot of switching around. So anyhow, that's about all for this time. I'll be posting these periodically, something. I might look over some stuff again. And but you know, it's hard to say how, you know, I wouldn't say that they're going to be regular yet. So it'll be piecemeal for a little bit before I try to get regular again. And that's all for this one. For the most part, things are better than they were. I'm not having as much trouble with people trying to hassle me. There's still the one. He comes by occasionally, makes some noise, and I don't know that that will ever stop. And just have to see. I think he's a problem, but we'll see how it goes. So far, it's better than it was, and I'll take that. And that's all I got for this time. Hope everything's good with all of you. And have a good one. That's it. Bye. Later.